You know, Harrison and I really enjoy cooking in the kitchen, and we want you to join us. So let's have some fun. Welcome to Cooked with Shaq. Welcome to Cooked with Shaq. I am Shaq. He is Harrison. Are you ready for another season of Cooked with Shaq, my friend?
I am ready.
Oh, we are going to have so much fun. And we're going to start off this season with one heck of a great dish. There's nothing better than a beer and a big old chunk of pork. Look at that right there, eh?
Yes.
Take a look at that piece of pork right there. Now, what we're going to do with that pork, there's lots of different things you can do. You can make it you keep it as a roast. That is what you call the butt roast, which is actually not the butt. It's a shoulder. It's part of they just call it the butt. I have no idea why, but it is the butt roast. Now, you can cook that the way you want. You can put it on a barbecue. What we're doing with it is we're going to be making pulled pork shepherd's pie today.
Ooh,
yes.
Nice.
Now, shepherd's pie is actually made with lamb or mutton. That's why they call it shepherd's pie. So this really isn't a shepherd's pie, but it has been, you know, a lot of people don't like lamb, a lot of people don't like mutton, so they go with ground beef. So they put that in and they call it a ground beef shepherd's pie, but that's not really true because the shepherd's pie is actually made with mutton and lamb. So you can't really use beef. But you can because that's what usually people use. But what we're going to do is something called cottage pie, which is like a shepherd's pie, but it does use lamb or beef. We're going to use pork. Are you clear? Is everybody clear on this? Have we got this now? Shepherd's pie, cottage pie, mutton, lamb, pork, beef. Got it figured out?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
We got this.
We're going to do pulled pork shepherd's pie. That's what I'm calling it tonight. We're going to have in the potatoes, because you always have the mashed potatoes, right?
Got to have them.
Roast garlic.
Love garlic.
We're going to put a little bit of butter in there. We're going to put a little bit of cream cheese.
Just a little bit.
We're going to top it off with some bacon. And then we're going to top that off with some melted cheese on top of the pulled pork. Whew. Let's get at it. Let's get at this. So first what we're going to do, you got to start off with the potatoes. Now, if you want, you can peel your potatoes. That's fine. I usually don't. I usually get the light-skinned potatoes so that we don't have to peel them, because peeling potatoes is a pain in the butt, right? You don't want to do that. So, and a lot of times the peeling will have more, the skin will have more nutrients in it too. So you have a more nutrient potato as you're using for your shepherd's pie. Okay, so we're going to cut up these potatoes. Make them, about maybe 3/4 of an inch. Little cutting music, please.
All right, I was hoping you'd request that. See if you can keep up.
No, I'm done. See? I beat you. All right, so there you go. There's your potatoes. You want them about that size. It makes for, if you have too big of pieces in there, it just takes a lot longer. The smaller potato, the faster it cooks. So there's the potatoes done. We're going to come back because we're going to clean this up, get it in the pot, get everything ready to roll. We're going to tackle this pork roast. We got a rub that we're going to put on it. We're going to bake it for 3.5 hours.
Whoa.
We're going to be here for a while on Cooked with Shaq. Sponsored by Sask Pork. Saskatchewan's pork producers are committed to sustainable production of safe, healthy pork for you and your family. For recipes and more, visit saskpork.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Welcome back, Cooked with Shaq. I'm Shaq, he's Harrison, and we are doing pulled pork shepherd's pie today. Again, usually it's a ground meat that you would put in a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie, but this time we're just going to go a little bit different. We're going to go pulled pork, and what we've got is this pork butt roast that we're going to use. We're going to put a rub on it, and then we're going to slow roast it for 3.5 hours, and I kid you not, it falls off the bone. It is so tender, it melts in your mouth. Then we're going to use the juice that it's in because we're going to be basting it with chicken stock and stout beer.
Nice, yeah.
There you go. A little bit of seasoning, and I'll tell you, it is so great. Okay, so let's get with the rub first off. Get yourself a small bowl. Get yourself, these are the different spices. See, very simple, not a whole lot that you have to go into this rub. So 2 tablespoons of salt. A little bit of salt right there. All right, 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Then we have 2 teaspoons rather of garlic salt that goes in there. Notice I've got measurements today.
Yeah, not a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You actually got measurements.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but
Why?
oh well, it's always a good thing.
Wow, you're really upping your game here.
Actually, my memory is, at least my memory is working.
Okay.
Okay, so now you got 2 teaspoons of ground mustard. So that all goes in there like that. Now, just give it a stir, get it all incorporated. And there is your rub. It's really simple. Oh, gotta have some pepper. We're talking about maybe 40 grinds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 8, 9, 20, 27, 32, 40, 40. 40 grinds of pepper. There it is.
That's 40.
That's 40. Okay, now, you could do this. You could get yourself a set of rubber gloves. You could stick your hands in there and you could get it all over. You can massage the pork and you can get it in all the nooks and crannies. And it's really good for the Zen thing. But we don't have any time for that.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay, we're going
three
Ziploc
hours.
bag, okay? Ziploc bag. Get the big one. If you got a big roast, you got to get the big Ziploc
You're gonna
bag.
shake that thing?
Shake it up. Shake it up so it's wide open so you can get it right in there. Now, take the biggest fork that you have. Oh, hang on. There we go. Let's get it done. Put that right in. Oh, let's move that out of the way. And then you just stick that big chunk of pork. Oh, right. Into the bag.
You know, it's one thing putting chicken in there, but this is a whole other thing going on.
You still have to bring up the chicken incident. The chicken
Episode
incident.
1, my friends. The chicken episode.
Okay, now the rub. So instead of doing all the rubbing of the rub, we're going to sprinkle the rub of the rub into the rub. Okay?
Rub-a-dub.
Rub-a-dub-dub. There we go. So that goes in. Now, here's another thing. When you are doing the kind of the shake and bake type of deal with chicken or pork.
Did that last night.
Oh, okay. Now, what you don't want to burp all the air out of it. You want as much air in there as possible because what happens is it gives it more room for everything to move around and for the rub to get on. So just do that. See how I mean? See what I mean? It's like it's got lots of room to move. If you don't have any air in there, it's all sucked together.
Right.
So it doesn't get all into the nooks and crannies. So
you don't have to put anything on the pork at all.
Nothing.
Oil,
No,
water,
no.
You're stick. It's all.
you're good to go. It's
Good to
right
go?
there.
Okay.
See, look. Now I will open it for you just to show you what it looks like. See how nicely that has all stuck to the.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Hey, nice. Now this is where you burp. Okay, you close the bag to about maybe an inch left with your Ziploc. Then you burp. So you get all the air out of it just like this. Because now what you want is a tight seal so that all the rub will be stuck right to the pork roast and it won't come off, right? You want it to be as much surface area as possible. Okay, that's good. 6 hours, that's okay. 10 hours, better. 24 hours. That's what you want right there. 24 hours in the fridge, okay? So let's put that over there for now. And that's done. So
I'm spending the night?
we will be here a long time, folks. We've got the Monopoly game all set up and ready to go. All right. Now we're gonna do the potatoes. So this is gonna be the topping of the shepherd's pie. So we've got our potatoes already done. See, they are nice and fork tender. See, they just kind of fall apart when you do that. So that's what you want right there. Now what I usually do is I will mash up the potatoes first before I put anything in. And what we also are going to do here tonight is not use any salt in with the potatoes because with the rub and everything that goes in with the pork roast, the sauce and all that, it's going to have salt in it. So you don't want a whole lot of salt. So we're going to start off, get the potatoes all nice and mashed up. Okay, so that's pretty close right there. Now, what you want to do is you want to add some butter. We just have a little butter here.
Just a little bit.
Just a wee
Actually,
bit
that
of
is a
butter.
little bit.
That's a little bit less than what we usually
Yeah,
do.
that's a lot less.
Oh, well.
It's kind of rip off, but
We'll throw that in there, okay. Butter goes in, okay? A little bit of pepper, always a couple of good grinds of pepper in there too. We want to grab some milk. A little bit of milk goes in. Okay.
1%, okay.
No, it is all.
1%, fine, not judging.
Oh, what happened?
I think I saw skim milk in there too.
Oh, no, you didn't. Somebody's gonna be, there's a meeting.
Yeah.
There's a meeting. That's a
meeting.
meeting. It's gotta be at least 2%, but you know what? We're gonna put in cream cheese.
Okay.
Is that okay?
All right. We're
good to
making
go.
up for this.
So we're gonna put in a great big glob of cream cheese. Okay, that goes in. So now let's get this all mixed together. And a couple other things. Now, when you're cooking your roast, what we're going to do is after the 24 hours that is sat in the fridge with the rub on it, you put it in a roaster, okay? Then you take the roaster, put it in the oven at 500 degrees. Big time heat.
What?
500 degrees.
Want to burn your house down?
For 45 minutes. Make sure you got a fan over your stove. 45 minutes. And then you bring it down, you take the roast out, you add a half a liter of chicken broth, a whole can of stout beer,
Yes.
some garlic cloves, little salt and pepper, and then you tightly wrap tinfoil on top of your roaster, put it back in the oven at 320 degrees for 3 hours, okay? Got all that? Now,
Wow.
what you're doing while that's happening is you're taking a bulb of garlic here. Like you get the whole bulb. And you cut the top off, revealing all the garlic cloves, right? Then what you do is you take a little bit of olive oil, put that on there like that, grab a little bit of salt, and then you take some tin foil, stick it in there like that, put it in the oven, let that go for half an hour, and then you're gonna have nice roasted garlic.
Awesome.
So what it's going to look like after that's done is this. There's your nice roasted garlic, just like that. See how that's all roasted up? It's all nice and nutty now. That real pungent, garlicky taste is pretty much gone, but it still has the taste of garlic, right? So then what you do with your mashed potatoes is you squeeze all of that nice nutty garlic
Wow.
out of there like that. You see how it just pops right out? It's really good, like, just on crackers or on a baguette or a crostini or something like that, just like as a spread.
So half an hour.
Half an hour
Yep.
at about whatever your oven is. It's about 320 when you're cooking the roast. It's about a half an hour, 45 minutes. Okay, then it's done, just like that. Now what we have is cream cheese garlic mashed potatoes.
Just give me a bowl of that.
It doesn't
Side
get
of bacon.
It doesn't
Good.
get much. Oh, the bacon. Hang on one second. So now we're going to get that all kind of incorporated. But if we really want to get a nice whip on your potatoes, you want to get a nice whip going.
Yeah, that's looking.
Isn't that good? That's a good consistency right there. But
You're working way too
what do we do?
Yeah. That's right.
You want a nice whip?
Yeah.
You grab your whipper.
Whip it.
Whip it
Whip
good.
it good.
There you go. So now, you get a good whip on that. You don't want any lumps. You just want nice, smooth taters. Now, did I get your camera? Did you see that potato?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
might
really
have,
sorry. Did you get a little potato on you? Oh, well, sorry about that.
Got to change the strings here.
Okay, well, All right, so
all
bacon.
over
Forgot about the bacon. So get yourself a good old pound of bacon, cook that up nice.
Always have some.
Toss it in. Toss that in.
Perfect.
See, and we haven't even gotten to the roast pork yet.
No, this is gonna be amazing.
This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. Should have brought you jammies. We're here for a while. Okay. Look out, everybody. Put your raincoats on. It's coming out. Oh, yeah, we're good. Got her. Okay. We're done the potatoes. We're going to get to the pork. We're going to take a break here. Towel off a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get to the pork. We're going to pull this baby out because it's been roasting for 3.5 hours. It's going to fall off the bone. It's going to be so good. Cooked with Shaq. We're coming back with pulled pork, shepherd's pie.
Sponsored by Sask Pork. Saskatchewan's pork producers are committed to sustainable production of safe, healthy pork for you and your family. For recipes and more, visit saskpork.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Welcome back. It is Cooked with Shaq. I am Shaq. He is Harrison. We are making pulled pork shepherd's pie with not just your regular potatoes on top. No, it's the garlic, mash, cream cheese, butter, and bacon on top of the pulled pork. Okay, so now here's the big reveal of the pulled pork. So
All right.
we had that big butt pork roast ready to go. We had put the rub on it. It's actually sitting in the fridge right now, and it's got to sit there for 24 hours. But we've got another one all ready to go. It's been roasting for 3.5 hours. And what we did was we put it in the oven at 500 when all the rub is on there. We put it in the roaster, put it in the oven at 500 for 45 minutes, and then you drop the temperature down to 320. You put in a half a liter of chicken stock and a full can of stout beer, okay? If you want to throw some garlic in there, you can too, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, but this is what it looks like.
Excited for this.
Here we go.
Da-da-da.
Here comes one piece of tinfoil.
Ooh, quite the reveal here. It's
Here we go. We need some stripper music. If you got some stripper music, we can do because I mean
Stripper
we're sure you got some bar down. Woo!
woo, baby. All right.
There it is. Oh, look at you can just lick that tin foil. Hey, look at all that good stuff on the tin foil. Oh man.
That
Okay,
is
so
beautiful.
now we're gonna take these strings off. Okay, these are the tie strings for the to keep it all together. Take those off. Okay. Oh boy, it's falling apart already. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Okay, hang on. And we got one more to do here. One more string. Let me take that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You want to talk about juicy, succulent? Watch how this just pulls apart. Oh, this is the other test. There's a bone in there. Let's see if it actually. Oh, not much of a bone.
That was it?
No, I think it's in there. I think there's still one in there somewhere. But you know what? No, I don't think so. I think that's it. We got a little bit of gristle. I'm going to get rid of that gristle right here.
Okay.
Get that out of there. If you're wondering, I'm not throwing stuff on the floor. There is a garbage down here. Okay. Just,
Sometimes it gets in there, sometimes it's not.
sometimes it gets on Harrison.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get camera guy. Get in nice and close on this. Here we go. Ready? Watch. Watch how that. Look at that.
Wow. Just
How that just falls
Comes right
apart.
apart, yeah.
Just falls apart. Okay, so now before we get crazy, I want to I got to find something to use here. I got to find something to use. I use that, and we'll use that, and we're going to take all of this, and we're going to put it all into this bowl. Oh boy. There we go. Oh my goodness. It's so tender and it's falling
is.
apart. It's just not. It's just doesn't want to come out of the pan. It's saying, "Leave me in the pan." All right, hang on. Now we'll get this other one. Okay, there. Now, that's in there. What we're going to do next is we are going to. Is that hot? That's good. No, we're good. We're going to take that, and we're going to take some of it, and we're going to put it in a pot. Okay? And that's all. Okay, maybe a little bit more. A little bit in the pot, that juice. Now remember, that is chicken broth and a beer, stout beer, as well as all the juices from that pork. Okay, we're gonna get that kind of rolling a little bit.
Can't waste it.
All right, now let's get into some shredding music. Here we go. We want to shred it up all nice.
All right, it's shredding music.
Here we go. And we go as fast as you want, man. Because this is so tender, it's just falling apart. And we are done. Just like that. You know what, Harrison? I want you to do something for me. We never do this. We never do this.
Don't tease me.
We're going to do it tonight. I want you.
Are you serious?
I want you to take a taste of that, just to see what you think.
You really mean it?
Eat
Like,
away,
really?
my friend. Eat away.
This is history on Cook with Shaq. I get to try for the
Bingo.
first time.
You are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
It's good. It's all good, my friends. It's good.
All right. How's that, hey?
Oh my. Wow. Wow. So good.
That's so good.
So-
I'm sorry, guys. Got to try it. Got to try a little bit.
That is amazing.
Oh,
All the flavors
it just melts in your mouth.
right there.
Now, what you do is you take the rest of the juice.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And you're going to put it all in there like that. Okay, now we're going to move this over here somewhere. And while this is going, so now what we want to do is, because we've got just the chicken stock and the beer in there, we don't have any kind of sweetness. We want a little teeny weeny bit of sweetness. So that's why what we've done with this remaining broth and the juice from the pork is we're going to make a bit of a barbecue sauce.
Ooh, I like
so
that.
what we're going to
Okay.
do is we're going to put a little bit of ketchup in with that, a little bit of mustard, whole grain mustard. Squirt a little bit of that in there. Ooh, there we go. And a little bit of brown sugar. Just a wee bit of brown sugar. Get that in there. And we're just gonna let that crank up for a little bit here. Oh, by the way, frozen peas and carrots, you need a little bit of that, little vegetation in there. That's what I've done here, is just boiled up some, because you don't, make sure it's boiled, don't put it in frozen, because even though we're gonna put it in the oven to kind of cook a little bit,
Yeah.
it's not gonna cook it all the way through. So make sure you boil up your peas and carrots, get those ready to go. We're coming back to wrap this baby up. We're gonna put all this together on Cooked with Shaq.
Sponsored by Sask Pork. Saskatchewan's pork producers are committed to sustainable production of safe, healthy pork for you and your family. For recipes and more, visit saskpork.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
All right, it is time to put this thing together. Let's get this done.
Let's
It
do
is
this.
Cooked with Shaq. I'm Shaq. He's Harrison. We are doing pulled pork shepherd's pie here tonight. We've got this lovely, succulent, roasted pulled pork, slow roasted 3.5 hours in a half a liter of chicken broth and a full can of stout beer. It's all ready to go. Now, we've taken some of the juice. We've made a bit of a barbecue sauce with a little extra ketchup and some whole grain mustard and some brown sugar. Now, we want to have a little bit of sweetness, but not a ton. So I guess it all depends on what you want. I don't use this whole thing. You can actually strain this out and put it in the fridge and use it for a sauce later on something else if you like it. So we're going to just put a little bit of that on just to give it a bit of a sweetness. So that's all we're going to do right there. Take our peas and carrots as much as you want. Just toss them in. Because you got to have peas and carrots when you're doing a shepherd's pie. Okay, that's done. Now we're gonna get this all mixed together. Look at that, hey? Oh, you can just eat it like that. You know, you can use this for anything. You can stuff it in some puff pastry, and have like pulled pork pockets. Is that it? That'll work.
Sure.
Pulled pork pockets? Anyway.
Just a good old bun, you know, just
Yeah.
huge sub.
Pulled pork puff pastry pockets. Sorry, I just had to think of that for a second.
Something there, man.
All right, here we go. Ready for the meat, for the transfer of the meat.
Okay, be careful.
Take this, okay, it all goes in there like that. Boy, we almost have enough for 2 of them here, but we'll try to stuff it all in. Okay. Let's see here. So then you just pack it down like that. All packed in there. Yeah, let's try a little bit more. So one more in the middle. We'll pack that all down. Look at that, look at that.
This is one of the best ones.
I think so. This is
looking really good.
This is gonna be so good. Okay. So we'll put that away for now. Save that for a. Oh, that's a midnight snack.
Yeah, I was going to say,
just
I'm
calling
gonna
me.
just take that
You're
bowl
gonna
with
take
me.
it home?
Take it home.
Take it home.
Midnight snack.
You got it. You got it right there. Okay. Now let's get these potatoes going too. Always when you're using potatoes on a shepherd's pie, try to get yourself one of these little silicone type spatula dealy things here, because it'll stick to anything else. Try using a spoon or something, it'll stick. So just grab yourself your.
This looks so good with the bacon.
Like it just keeps
It's
going,
just supposed
hey?
to be that way.
Like
You
it just
see that? That's the way it's.
It just keeps going. There's no stopping this recipe. Like there's no slow parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what I know what I'm saying, but you know what? It's just I got a feeling.
I'm just going to agree with you because you got the good food here.
See how those potatoes don't stick to the silicone spatula? See? If you used like a fork or something, oh, see, now it's stuck all over the place. That's no, terrible. Okay. Now that you go like that, I'm going to put a little bit more in here. I didn't lick the spatula, by the way. It was a fork.
Okay.
Didn't lick the spatula.
All right. Our viewers are watching.
It's all good. Yeah, we'll get complaints.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't lick the spatula. Okay, so that. And you try to get your potatoes, see how you want to seal it right to the edge. Because you don't want little juicy things coming up. And it kind of boils away. I'm going to put one more. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put one more in. Top that up like that. Okay, so now you get it all sealed in the corners. Is that a work of art right there? Oh, but we're not done. We're not done yet.
We are not.
Okay, let's go through this one more time.
Yeah.
Pulled pork, bacon mashed garlic potatoes,
Oh yeah.
cheese.
That's it. Right there.
Let's toss that. Oh, see, let's just go with it. Let's go with it.
All of it.
All of the cheese is going in. Now,
On top of those bacon bits.
what we do now, take this, put it in a 375 degree oven.
Make us wait again.
And we wait for another 15 to 20 minutes, just until the cheese is nicely melted on top. Here we go. Let's look at that. Hey, the cheese is all nicely melted.
Amazing.
Now, the problem is with shepherd's pie, a lot of times, if it doesn't sit for a while, it will, it's gonna come out in a mess. But if it comes out in a mess, who cares? It is so good. All right, so let's get a nice big chunk here.
First piece is always hard.
Oh, it's always the hardest one, all right? So, okay, so that's not gonna happen. That's it. I'm telling you right now, this is not gonna happen, but we're gonna try anyway. And here it comes. Here it comes.
Wow. Actually, not bad, Shaq.
We're not done yet.
Man.
Look at that gooey, ooey, gooey cheese.
Spoon off that.
Oh, check that out. That is shepherd's pie, pulled pork shepherd's pie right here on Cook with Shaq. And the only thing that goes better with that, let's do it. Cook with Shaq, join us next time. Thanks for hanging out with us. The music you heard on this episode of Cook with Shaq, courtesy of Dirty and the Perks.
All my blood's in the water, you're still learning how to swim. You tricked me again. You tricked me again.
Sponsored by Sask Pork. Saskatchewan's pork producers are committed to sustainable production of safe, healthy pork for you and your family. For recipes and more, visit saskpork.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook.